If you haven't heard yet, World War III is about to start. The big Yahoo has also threatened to use nukes, which means we might reset to caveman times as a result of the nuclear fallout. For the main characters like me who are gonna survive, you need to know how to build a computer, so we can climb back up the tech tree a lot faster. So I'll teach you how to build some of the most important low-level components inside a CPU, and also what they do. I'm talking about decoders and multiplexers. Now I think it's the right time in the series to finally take the training wheels off, so I'm gonna assume you know what logic gates are and how binary works. But you can watch these videos if you're completely new to the concept or if you need a refresher on how to use logic gates. Then and only then will you have proven yourself worthy of watching this masterpiece. I'll actually show you these circuits working, so stick around if you're a loser like me who wants to build these circuits too. A decoder is a very simple circuit, but one we'll find ourselves using quite a lot, especially as the CPU build nears its end. I know the name makes it sound like some sort of DNA scanning machine, but it's a lot lamer than that. All it does is tell you what value a binary number holds. I know it's more disappointing than listening to any Kendrick Lamar feature. How do we make a circuit that does that? Okay, let's start simple with a 1-bit number. This can only ever be a 0 or a 1. To tell us what value this bit holds, I'll use LEDs labeled 0 and 1. Now this is where those logic gates come in. Let's see if you've learned anything from those videos. So if the number is not a 1, then we want it to flag a 0. If the number is a 1, then it should flag a 1. Easy. Now it tells us if it's a 0 or if it's a 1. Let's add a bit more to this. What if we have a 2-bit input? Now we can have up to 4 different values that the binary number can hold. It should flag a 0 if A is not a 1 and B is not a 1, then flag a 1 if A is not a 1 and B is a 1, flag a 2 if A is a 1 and B is not a 1, then finally it should flag a 3 if A is a 1 and B is a 1. So you can think of a decoder as a number line, which basically shows you what value a binary number holds. So right now it shows us that we're at 0, we can go to 1, 2, and 3. We've already done a 1-bit decoder and a 2-bit decoder. Why not go a step further and add another bit? Yeah, we're not doing that. The most astute observers out there may have noticed that the jump in complexity from 1-bit to 2-bit was already crazy. The jump from 2 to 3 is even crazier, and I don't feel like wiring up 30 transistors right now. We'll make use of a 3 to 8 decoder in the future, but I think this is a good place to stop for now. You already know the main idea. Wait, do you hear that? It sounds like an RKO out of nowhere! Cover! P! C! P! Wait! That's right. That's the most creative start to an ad you've ever seen. Now you gotta sit through it. Come on, it's the rules. See, the thing is, I love building on breadboards. What I don't like as much are the flimsy connections, the amount of wiring I have to do, and the time and patience it takes to get through the job. That's why PCBWay is your best friend if you need something quickly prototyped and sent over to you, especially if you don't have hours to waste sitting and playing with this stuff. And as you know, the KiCad plugin makes this so much easier to just instantly upload your files to the PCBWay website. And if that doesn't sell you, you can always expect the utmost quality PCBs every single time. And hey, since it's the start of the Chinese New Year, they might feel generous, so pro tip, check for some discounts over there. Thank you to PCBWay for sponsoring this video and being a long-time supporter of the channel. Now a multiplexer does a very different job. Think of it like adjustable train tracks. They let you pick a path for data to flow. So if you have 2 different binary numbers stored somewhere, you can choose to let either one of the numbers to flow through to the output. This seems dumb and useless, but it'll actually make the final CPU so much more capable. Lucky for me, making this isn't really that complicated. Let's look into what exactly we need the circuit to do and start designing. So we have a binary number, A, and a binary number, B. And we want to select which number is allowed to put itself on the output. And these are all the possible combinations of the A, B, and select inputs. I've decided that A should pass through if the select bit is a 0, and B should pass through if the select bit is a 1. So if the select bit is a 0, we want to copy A to the output, and if the select bit is a 1, we copy B to the output. This seems like a lot to handle, but hey, like a skinny Jamaican man, we're gonna take down the biggest gal on the island.
My God, who is that? Fitzroy, who is that? Blood clot, me have to catch this on camera. That's why the earbud I gave him can't hold no ear. He loved the big buck girl them. I can't believe my eyes.
The goal is to find a combination that satisfies most of the cases here with the least inputs. Let's attack the zeros as we usually do. If you stare at this table long enough, you might notice that the output is a 0 if the select is not a 1 and A is not a 1, or if the select is a 1 and B is not a 1. Now since that attacks the zeros, we invert the result to get the final circuit. And just like that, this circuit finally allows us to choose between inputs. And if the numbers are, let's say, 4 bits long, you can just make 4 copies of this exact circuit and connect their select bits together. Alright man, let me know if you liked that video. Also comment if you prefer the black background while I'm explaining, or if you'd like it to stay white, like in this video. Are you guys ready for the war? Hey, if it gets serious, I'm going straight back home. I'm not gonna hold you. But hey, at least for now, you can expect some semi-regular uploads from me. Maybe even some live streams, you never know. The Discord server's coming soon too. The issue is I don't use Discord like that, so you know, I don't even know how to make a server. And even if I do, it's gonna be the most bare bones server ever. Check. Yeah, he's cooked. The fuck you mean a lucky move, nigga? You started the game with a pre-move fork. Alright, bruh, I can't stretch this video any longer. Get out of here.